I'm just going to talk about few areas, make it very summarized. How the digital transformation integrating all the community stakeholders. To start with, we have got a community management, various stakeholders. It was a very, very challenging during those days. Owners needed different informations, tenants may need different informations, and as well as the community manager, as well as the regulatory bodies, everybody's in different information, everyone's using different platforms. And the technology comes into play that made much easier now all the stakeholders in one platform. And it has been connected from community managers, owners, residents, service providers, till the authority. The chains become now complete. If I'm starting in from any customers complain, it's still reaching the authority level in the using same platform. The integration is become one of the part which is made much easier using the technology or digital transformation with respect to community. Now, the owners, they can have their own informations to know their visibility of their unit, including how the tenants are performing it, and how the community managers are performing it. And the same goes to residents, service providers, community managers across different management level functions. Okay, that's made easier. Second, I move into the fiduciary care, which is most important because we are managing the fund of somebody else. That's most critical. In earlier, the transparency became most challenges before the digital transformation happened. And what happened, we use as a community manager backend tool, something else. Front-end tool, there is a limitations of information supply and the storage of information, as well as sending invoices, collection process, etc. If you look at 60% of our works are done outside the system, 40% is done in different systems. Then we combine together and use some electronic emails, etc. This was a past. Now, with this system, what happened, it's fully automated. That means, it's integrating with including the local authority systems. That means you may raise the budget, it's approved by the local authority, and the invoice generated, and it goes to the customers. The customer is able to see their invoices from there. They may be able to make a payment anywhere in the world, and it getting the receipt issued immediately. It gets updated your system as well as authority systems in real time we talk about, okay? And it just goes on, they've got a mobile applications where they can sit anywhere in the world as you are be the owner or residents or end users or community manager, etc. You may be able to see, I'm sitting here, I'm able to see that my application, mobile app, is there any approval? Earlier, you have to wait for somebody to come into the office and do that, the rest of the work. So if you look at the digital transformation, how it's helped integrating in terms of the financial. Now, as an owner, you no need to call. Earlier, you used to call a multiple calls. Now, you no need to call and find out what is your financial status of your unit. If you own multiple units, you may be able to see in a single click. And sitting anywhere, and you can be able to manage it efficiently. And again, if you look at, there is two more stakeholders, key stakeholders, earlier very difficult to integrate. One is tax. And the tax become really, really challenging once implemented here, as well as the auditor who does the financial audit. Because as a community manager, we have to take loads of information as a files to provide them in order for them to complete successfully a VAT return filing or the financial audit. Now you can just give an access to your platform, and they have got all the information readily available and make it and single click, even they can produce the report as well. So that's, if you look at 4 to 5 days of your working, now become much easier, it goes single click. So it's integrated with that system as well. And as usual, we said the more you transparent, the more you build the trust with your end users. The more that become a repeated customers. That also helps in another way. And now, when it comes in terms of service provider management, that's our core functionality of community managers, or you can say the asset management become much easier. What do you mean that? Now, if you walk into the hotel, if you look at one of the assets, do you know who's managing it? Is it that asset's been maintained or not? What frequency is maintained? Or do you know that who's the service provider inspecting or supervising it? Now you can just go and scan the barcode. It'll come to know this asset was managed by one of the FM provider, one of the specialized provider. And this was inspected by Better Communities. And which date inspected, what date it was planned, preventive maintenance was done, reactive maintenance, but all the histories are available. Now, I can change, the service provider can change, but still the information remains available for part of the community assets. So that's the history that the changes from. So it integrates your level of services, KPI, inspection, every single things related to asset management. Now it become more digital, more transparent, easy use and convenience for the customers as well as asset owners, including your clients as well. Let's move into that, procurement, because one of the critical part, when you do the tender and all, you have to send that information once, and the people receive it, then they submit the documents to your place, you do a technical evaluation, lot of meeting, then you back and forth communication, then contract. It's a lot of process involved in that one, and majority we do it manually, except LPO issuance as well as invoice booking in the system. Even invoice booking, the documents you receive it physically, they just only scan it or something, you put it there and put the invoices. Now, if you look at, 80 to 90% of that work completely transformed. And even your service provider, you have good access, you submit your invoice and there is a checklist to be done. Invoice there, report is there, service completion report is there, and you can click. What will happen? The payment reached to you automatically, bank transfer. That's the level of, the contractor or the procurement process has been made it simple. So now your accounting process much simpler as well. When you move to event and amenities booking, etc., these are some of the things where the community managers usually do and engage your customers, etc. But what happened earlier, the community managers work with the building FM providers, some other event organizer, etc. All manually. We sit together, we prepare a plan, we work more into physical activities or manual activities. Now that has been moved into more, digital. Basically, if you want to book your amenities, you can book it. It's available, and you are with the customer, the rules and procedure, everything's available already. If you look at health and safety and governance, if you look at it, the record management become much easier. Today, you wanted to file for example, claim against one of the customers who's not paid for service charge, right? So what normally do, we do take the passport copy, all the documents from various sources or various places we stored. Now we go back to filing, maybe the legal proceedings, etc. Now it's all integrated, single click. You get the documentation, click the owner, all the documents comes along with you, and you can register a claim against the customers. So, yes, I'm not telling that there is no manual activity, but it is reduced to, you can say, maximum levels of percentage, you can say up to 80 to 90%. That's great things. And again, if you're moving into health and safety point of view, talks from visitor management, during that pandemic situation, there are various things that we want to do it. It's all done with the help of, or majority is done with the help of applications. So, and the last, I would say that when we partnered with our technology provider, it's called as Anacity, okay? And we, working with them, still in day by day enhancing our technology and solutions. It's not something that's once implemented done. It's a continuous improvement and enhancement to live with it or to move ahead within that in the community management industry. Thank you.